Today we're going to be focusing on hips and back. So let's begin on our backs in Shavasana. So just lay down into a nice comfortable position. Roll onto the tops of the shoulders. Let the feet flop out. And then let's just take our hands onto our chest. So circular breathing, this is just going to energize the body, energize the system. So what you want to focus on is breathing like a wave. So there's no holding of the breath. It's just, we're going to fill the belly, fill the lungs, and then exhale it out. Again, fill the belly, fill the lungs, exhale it out. Keep going like a wave. In, out, in, out. Keep going. In, out, in, out. Remember to fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, keep it going. Keep going, 2 more. And last one. All right, and taking modifications if you need to. Always honoring your body, always listening to your body. All right, let's pull the knees into the chest for a self-hug here. Swing back and forth. Pulling the knees in nice and tight. And then we'll take our hands onto our kneecaps and just moving from the hip capsule, big circles through the hip joint, lubricating the joints. Breathing, nice deep breathing. Go the opposite way and the other direction. Alright, let's take it into a happy baby. So soles of the feet come towards the sky, knees are wide. Plug the knees down towards the earth. And keep the knees outside of the rib cage. Try to pull the sacrum down, the tailbone down to the ground. Holding here, maybe taking some wiggles. And then let's bring the soles of the feet together and take the feet down to the ground very gently. And then just take some little tiny butterfly flaps here. So activating our adductors, using our hips. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. Extend the left leg long, pull the right knee into the chest. Encircle the ankle. Other way, breathing. And then let's pull that right knee across the body to the ground. Just energetically aim for the earth. If you can't get it down, that's okay. And then open up that shoulder, palm facing up, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Breathing. Take another breath here. Awesome, then pull it back across. We'll take it into a half happy baby. So just this leg, right leg. So again, knee comes wide, plug that foot down, pull it down into the earth. And if you can't grab the foot, the end of the foot, you can grab your calf muscle, whatever works for you. Whatever works for your body. And then just take some sways here. Through the hip joint. And then we'll switch, other side, pull the left knee in, extend the right leg long, take some circles through the ankle. Pull that knee across to the right. You might get some cracks through the spine. Be very gentle here. Pull the belly button into the spine and then open that left arm out. Breathing. Nice deep breaths through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then coming back across. We'll do that half a baby on the left. And right here, so we're pulling the knee down into the earth. Lower back is pushing into the ground. And then just take some sways. This is movement coming from the hip joint. All right, pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself one last self-hug here. And then let's just begin to roll, rock and roll along the spine. times here. Make sure you're rounding through the shoulder blades. And then next time we're gonna cross the feet, come up and come into tabletop. All right, we're here in tabletop. So make sure that you're not dumping into the low back. You're pushing the ground away from you. Belly button is pulled up into the system. And let's just change the positioning of our hands and take some movement side to side. Just activating through the wrists. Point the fingertips out. And then point them back behind you, being very gentle here. To be very sensitive, you can take some lifts through the palms here. Okay, and then moving into cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop the chest down to the ground, roll the shoulders away from the ears, take the gaze up, tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, round, push the ground away from you, pull the belly button up into the spine, round through the shoulders, push the ground away actively, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Exhale. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Think of a Halloween cat. This is really great for lubricating the spine, mobility of the spine. Wrists are stacked under shoulders. Again, tilting everything up, pressing the chest down towards the ground. And then exhaling, rounding through the spine. Okay, and then let's do some rib cage isolation. So just begin to draw nice big circles with only the rib cage. So dropping the chest down and pulling it up. I'm just going to go to the right or to the left first. Breathing. And then we'll go the other side. Breathing. Dropping the chest down, lifting it up, focus on the rib cage. All right, starting on the right leg, we're going to keep the knee bent and then just draw some circles with the hip. Just 3 each direction and then back. Okay, and then we're gonna go into a sunbird crunch. So kick that right leg back behind you, keep the leg flexed, point the toes down to the ground, reach the left arm forward. We're gonna do 6 of these. So inhale here, as you exhale, bring the knee into the elbow, then kick it back, reaching opposite directions. You can always slow this down. 5 and 6. Beautiful. We're going to switch sides. So again, hip circles with that left knee. So keep the knee bent at 90 degrees. Make sure you're not dumping into the low back. Push the ground away. 3 each direction. If your hips are popping, just breathe into it. As long as there's no pain, you're good. All right, set it back down. We'll do sunbird crunches on the opposite side. The left leg extends. Flex the foot, engage the leg. Inhale the right arm out, reaching opposite directions. Bring it in. We got 6 of these. 5. Watch your low back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, we're going to take it into a child's pose. So take the knees wide, sink the hips back, reach the hands forward, nice and wide. Take the forehead to the mat here. Take a couple breaths into the back body. Inhale. Fill that balloon. Exhale it out. Inhale. And exhale. Again. And exhale. So from child's pose, we're going to propel ourselves forward and come into a baby cobra. So shift the weight forward. Come down onto the belly. Lower down. Lift, hold here for 3, 2, 1. Place the hands back down. Push it back into child's pose. Let's do that again. Take a nice deep breath in. Come forward. Lower down onto the belly. Lift. Push the back of the skull back. Lift through the spinal muscles. Through the sternum. Lower down. We got 1 more of these. Take a breath in. Bring it forward. Lower down. Hold it up here for 3, 2, squeeze the elbows in, squeeze the pencil, and and 1. Beautiful, take it down. Now, tent the fingers on the outsides of the mat, point the elbow bones up, and let the head be heavy here, tuck the chin. Tops of the feet are pressing into the ground, and then push through the fingertips, come up, and then raise the head, and then lower down. We'll do 3 of these undulations. Push up, only come up as high as it feels comfortable. Make sure you're not squeezing your glutes too tight here. Come back up, and then you can even do some shoulder circles. Warm up through the shoulders, and then bring it down nice and slow. Now we're going to do some internal and external rotations. So coming into locust, we're going to lift our upper body up, extend our arms, and then pull down into cactus. So squeeze the pencil between your shoulder blades, bring the elbows down into the ribs, and then extend the arms up behind you, touch the hands together, bring them back into cactus, reach forward and lower. We'll do that 2 more times, okay? So inhale, lift, cactus, rotate the arms internally, come back, touch the fingers if you can, come back into cactus, reach forward and lower. 1 more time. Okay, take a nice deep breath in as you inhale, lift. Okay, bring it down into cactus, elbows into the ribs, rotate the arm bones in, reach behind your back, pull up, touch the hands, come back into cactus, reach overhead and lower. Beautiful. All right. Coming into Sphinx, let's stack the elbows under the shoulders and then press the tops of the feet actively into the mat and just come up, holding here for a minute. And then let's just alternate kicking our butts. So point your toes, bring your heels in toward your butt, and just kicking here, activating the spine, stretching through the hip flexors here, breathing. All right, and then we'll take the hands under the shoulders and then bring it back into a child's pose. Knees are wide, and taking a breath here. Okay, from child's pose, we're going to tuck our toes, push actively through the hands, make sure your arms are still extended out in front of you, and then hover the knees. This is called loaded beast. Okay, so take it into this active child's pose position. We're up on our toes right now. We're going to look forward, shift into plank, step the right foot on the outside of the left pinky finger here into a lizard lunge. Okay, we're going to inhale the arm up, bicep by the ear, lat pull down. Okay, bring it back out, put the hand down, back into loaded beast. Come forward, left foot lizard lunge, extend the right arm out, or left arm out, sorry. Pull it down, lat, pull down, extend it back out, place the hand back down, loaded beast. So that's 2, we're gonna go for 6. 3, 4, 5, creating some heat, and 6, and then let's step it into a right lizard lunge, holding here. So just make sure the wrists stacked under the shoulders here. We're in a lizard lunge on the right. And let's just lift our hips up and bring them down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, lower the knee. Make sure if you have knee issues that you either fold the mat over or that you're not right on the kneecap, okay? Now, according to your mobility or flexibility, we can either be here or we can be here down on this left forearm. So it's up to you. So if you're taking the modified version, it'll look like this. Okay, supported lizard lunge on the right. Bring that right arm up, open, twist. Bring it back down, bend the elbow, bring it towards the earth. Okay, 2. Bring it down, and 3. Now, if you want to do it from the forearm, it'll look the exact same. Open, bring it down. 2, and last one. Good, bring it down here, plant the hands, So holding here, stacking our wrists under our shoulders, let's lower the hips down and lift them up. Lower down, lift them up. We've got 6 of these, so 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, again, lower yourself to the right knee. Again, we're not on the kneecap. Make sure you're on the fleshy part on top of the knee, or if you have problems, you can fold over the mat or put a cushion there. So, come down onto the knee, so we're in supported lizard lunge on the left here. Now, again, depending on your flexibility, you can either stay here and open, or you can come down onto your right forearm and open, whatever feels better for you. So, inhale, open, take the gaze up with the fingers, and then bring it down, elbow in, bring it towards the earth. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Beautiful. Come back up, push it into a child's pose. Take a breath here, reset, and then tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we'll come up into downward facing dog. So pedal out the feet, bend the knees, shake the head, let the head be heavy, press the ground away actively. Come up on your tippy toes, bring the heels down. Make sure you're actively pushing that ground away from you. All right, pedal the feet, sway the hips. All right, inhale the right leg back, bend the knee. Let's take a few hip circles here, 3 on each side, or 3 each direction. 2, and 3, open up the hip, and just let gravity do its job here. Take the gaze under the right armpit. You can lower the left heel, make sure the heel's behind the toes. Just let gravity pull you open here. All right, one more breath. Okay, now I want you to keep that knee bent at 90. Think about drawing a rainbow with it, coming through as you shift into plank, wrists under shoulders, bring it across opposite wrist. Draw that rainbow with the knee, open it up like you're a scorpion stinging. It's right there. Bring you back through, 2. Okay, last one. Bring it back through and take it into a child's pose. Take a breath here, take your forehead to the mat, reset, take a breath. We're going to do the same thing other side. One more breath here, tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg back, bend the knee, circle the hips, push the ground away from you, and then go the other direction. Drawing those circles, opening up the hip capsule. And then open that hip up. Drop the right heel down. Keep the knee bent at 90 degrees, it's in the air. Keep the feet active. Push the ground away. You can take your gaze underneath the left armpit. Holding here. And then we'll do those scorpion stings. So, again, draw a rainbow with your knee. Shift into plank, shoulders over wrists. Come across, knee to opposite wrist. Draw a rainbow. Sting it. This is 2. Breathe. Last one. And 3. Bring it back through. Take it down into a child's pose. Take a breath here and reset. All right, from child's pose, let's tuck our toes and lift our hips up, and then just walk your hands back, inchworm your way back to your feet, to the back of the mat, and really bend your knees here, ragdoll. Let the head hang heavy, let the belly come onto the thighs, and just take some sways. Maybe grab opposite elbows and breathe in here. And then spinal rolls, keep those knees nice and bent, and then roll your way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll it up, bring it back down, trace the legs, folding forward, bend the knees, and rolling off to the left, roll it up. Going down the right, nice and slow and intentional. And then back up the right, trace the legs. Keep a slight bend in the knees, come back down. And then coming forward, and then roll it up. We'll take our hands onto our hips, Feet are wide, and just begin to take some rotations through the hips. So we're pushing the hips forward, going to the left or to the right first, just taking some nice big circles. We'll go the opposite way now, to the right. Just moving into the different parts of our feet, exploring our body. Alright, so we're going to step it into a 5-pointed star. So we're facing forward now. Now we're going to do 6 alternating Skandasana or lateral lunges. So let's just take it down. Again, our knees are pointing out and our toes are pointing out as well. So sink into it, go as low as you can. So that's 1, bring it back to center, 2, keep going, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to hover and stay nice and low. Again, listen to your body and your own mobility restrictions. So bring it down into Skandasana, hold it here, come down as low as you can be up on the heel here. And then walk your hands, listen to your body, stay nice and low, walk your hands over, other side. That's 2, we're gonna go for 6. So again, stay nice and low, walk it over, 3, 4, stay nice and low, activating those hips, 5, and 6. And then come back to center. And we're just gonna bring it down onto our knees for a frog. So, frog can be very intense, so make sure you fold the mat over for your knees if you need to, and really, really listen to your body here. So take the knees as wide as you can, not quite too, we don't wanna feel any pain, but we wanna make sure that we're wide enough that we're at our edge, okay? So take the knees wide, toes can come together at first, come down onto the forearms, elbows are stacked under the shoulders. Now, make sure you're not dumping into the low back. We want to make sure we're pushing the ground away from us, lifting up, catting the spine, okay? So from here, stack those ankles behind your knees, okay? And we're going to do some leans. So shift the weight forward, shift the weight back. This is very intense, so breathing into this. Again, not dumping into the low back, but pushing the ground away. We'll do 6 of these, 4, 5, and 6. Beautiful. Now, watch what I do here. We're moving into our next transition. So, bring the right foot around underneath, and then shift back, okay? And we're just gonna bring our shins to about a 45-degree angle. And you might be a little bit off of your mat for this, that's okay, you can just readjust yourself. So we want to have our foot just lined up with our thigh, and our shins are on like a 45-degree angle here. So we're not at 90, we're at like 45, okay? So we're gonna do these shin pretzel reaches. So we're also gonna use our balance. So from here, we're going to put our right hand back behind our hip, okay? And then reach up overhead, come up, hold here, come back down, lower, and then switch the feet, okay? So we're just windshield wipering. Place the left hand back behind you, come up, reach. Again, if your knee's off the mat or it's uncomfortable, just adjust yourself. Okay, windshield wiper. We're doing 6 of these. Place it down, lift it up. Okay, this is 4. You can hear my hips cracking too. Okay, 5. And 6. All right, now we're going to continue shifting towards the front of the mat into pigeon. So take that right knee forward and then shift that back left leg behind you. And if you need to put something under your thigh here or under your upper thigh on the right leg to help you, like a cushion or a block or something, that will help as well. So make sure that your shin bone on the front is about 45 degrees here. And then let's just kind of Wiggle into the pose. Feel into your body. Breathing. And let's take some undulations up and down. Up and down. All right, I'm holding here. And then if you want to, if you feel called, you can try bringing that ankle up. So now our shin's at about a 45-degree angle. So again, this might change your mobility. So if you need to put something under your right glute, that will definitely help you. So just hold this here for 3, 2, and 1. All right, and then bring that shin back in. And then we'll just switch sides, come into a left pigeon. Again, if you need to put something under the glute to help lift you up, elevate you, that is available to you. Just use a rolled up blanket or a cushion. Again, just like feeling around into the postures, feeling where you're tight, breathing into those areas. Just wiggling, shifting, moving around, exploring. All right, so then let's come up onto our fingertips, do some undulations. We'll do 3 of these, lifting up, dropping down, opening through the hip, letting your body know that it's safe. And then if you feel called, taking it a little bit more intense, taking that shin bone out. Okay, pinning the foot, oops. And that really changes the mobility, so just be careful. Again, like feeling into the areas, breathing, holding here. 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll take the leg in and come into a downward facing dog. All right, so moving into our final sequence for the hips. This one can be a little bit intense, so please modify if you need to. So looking forward, stepping forward into a yogi squat, malasana. So the feet are nice and wide. Okay, if you can't come down this low, that's okay. Just go to where you can go, okay? So we're going to, in this yogi squat, internal rotation of the hands, the arm bones, sorry. Backs of the hands come to touch, reaching towards the ground with the fingers, chin is tucked. Now, as you inhale, shift up onto the balls of the feet and open the arms. Gaze is forward, chin is level. Now, if you can't come up into this position, which can be intense, then you would just stand up onto your tippy toes. Okay, so we'll count that as 1, we're doing 6. So internal rotation, up the chin, come down, come out down to flat feet if you can. Okay, come back up onto the tippy toes. That's 2. That's 3. I'll show you a modified one. That's 4. Okay, 1 more. Or sorry, 2 more. 5. And 6. Okay, beautiful. So now we're just going to take our hands behind us. We're going to come onto our bottoms and roll our way down. We're going to do 6 bridge lifts. So walk those heels in towards your glutes. Okay, roll up onto the fleshy parts of the shoulders. Now make sure your knees aren't splaying out. Make sure the feet are almost a little bit pigeon-toed, okay? So now, roll up onto the fleshy parts of the shoulders. Lift the hips, push through the ground with the feet. Okay, lift your chest, open your heart. Take your hands back behind you, interlace them. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and we're going to do bridge lifts. So we'll count that as 1. Okay, we'll do 2, squeeze it up. 3, up onto the tops of the shoulders. 4, make sure you're breathing. 5, squeeze the glutes up. Push the ground away from you. And 6. Beautiful. Now from here, we're just going to carefully let our knees fall to the right. And then bring them up, come down to the left. Similar to what we did earlier. And just getting some nice lubrication through the hip joint here. Windshield wipering our knees. Breathing. All right. Okay, now we're going to plant our left foot, bend the left knee, cross the right ankle over. I apologize for my dirty feet. Okay, so we're in a reclined pigeon here. So I just want you to press and press, open up that hip. Use the muscles. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then reach through, interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. good. Make sure you flex this foot to protect your ankle. Pull it in. Take a breath. Inhale. As you exhale, pull it a little bit closer. Breathe. Take it to your edge. When you combine stretching with resistance and movement, things happen much faster. So, all right. Okay, and then we'll just bring that foot back down to the ground. Take the arms out into a T, and then very carefully, belly button pulled into the spine. Let that foot come down towards the earth. Then you can prop open that knee if you want to. Take a breath here. Reclined, revolved, pigeon. Okay. Stay here as long as you need to, and then we'll switch. So cross the left over the right, and then we'll do those pulses. So again, it's pushing, use your muscles. 3, 4, draw the knee forward, and 6, okay? Reach through, interlace the fingers, pull that knee in. One side's always tighter than the other, usually. This is my tight side. And breathe. And always just checking in with your nervous system, letting yourself know that you're safe is a huge part of gaining access to more mobility. Just checking in with the nervous system. All right. So from there, lower the foot down, arms come out into a T, and then keeping the core engagement, bring that foot down to the earth, open up that knee, find some space, breathing here, and bring it back up. All right, walk the feet out, inhale the arms overhead, stretch, and then bring the hands down by the side, let the feet flop open. Roll onto the fleshy parts of the shoulders. Relax the body, let the breath come back to normal. Your final resting pose, Shavasana. I encourage you to take at least a 5-minute Shavasana if you can. Shavasana is very important as this is where we download all of the new information. Our cells are literally downloading all of the new movements that we just did. And it's also great to just be in stillness. So I encourage you to take a longer Shavasana if you can.